Hello everyone, my name is Sudha and today we are going to study about animal tissue. So, animal tissues. So, tissues are a group of cells which have same origin and have same function. So, what is tissue? We can write as a group of groups of cells having same function and similar origin. So this is a quite simple and most simplest definition of tissues. Okay. So before going further, let us discuss some basic terms related to tissue. Like first time the term tissue, or we can say first time tissues appeared in phylum Coelenterata. Tissue appear first time in phylum Coelenterata. Okay, and the term tissue is given by scientist Bichet. Okay, so we can write here Bichet. Again, Bichet is also known as founder of animal histology. So he is also known as founder of animal histology. Now, the question may arise, what is histology? So, histology is the study of microscopic anatomy of tissue. What is histology? It is the study of microscopic scopic anatomy of tissues. I hope this is visible. Let me check. Yeah, okay. So, what is tissue? A group of cells having same function and have similar origin. The term tissue is given by Bichet. Bichet is also known as founder of animal histology, and histology is the study of microscopic anatomy of tissues. Beside this, the father of histology is Morsella Malpighi. One more fact, I should write here, father of histology, Marcella Malpighi, Malpighi. Clear? And the term histology was given by Mayer in 1819. So these are some facts which we have to remember for our TGT exam. Now let's classify tissues, because tissues are classified in four types, basically in four types, based on its origin, and that origin and function we can say. So tissues, classification of tissue. Classification. Majorly in four types. First is epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue. Second is connective tissue. Connective tissue. Third is muscular tissue. And the fourth one is nervous tissue. If you talk about their origin, so epithelial is basically germinated by all three germ layers. It's include all three germ layers. So what is germ layer? Germ layer are the layers which formed at embryonic stage, and these are basically of three types, that are, if you call ectoderm, endoderm, and mesoderm. Okay. At the time of embryonic development, formed at the time of embryo, formation. Okay. So this is the only tissues which are generated from all these three layers. It is clear? Now, if we see the origin of connective tissue, it is made up of mainly mesoderm. So CM, you can remember it as CM. Connective tissue, mesoderm. While muscular tissue is also originated from mesoderm. Clear? So MM, CMM or MM, whatever mnemonic you use, you have to remember this. I think I should write full spelling. Mesoderm. Now the nervous tissue, it is originated from ectoderm. So it is ectodermal in origin. Ectoderm. Clear? Now we move further and study in detail about epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissue. So epithelial tissues is further divided based on its structure or the layer present in information of epithelial tissue, whether it is simple or of compound type. But before going to its detail, let's study some basics about epithelium. Epithelium is a singular word. Okay. So epithelium. Features of epithelium tissue. Okay. FEATURE. Features of epithelium tissue. So the term epithelium was given by Rouchet. And next point is, I should write from here. Is it visible? Yeah. So the term given by Michel, ER, you can remember as ER. Then it is a avascular tissue. Means vascular means where the blood supply is present. And what we are calling here, that epithelium is avascular, means no vascular supply is present in epithelial tissue. Then the question arises how it take its nutritions. So we will discuss it for later. Basically, a basement membrane is present through which, beneath which connective tissues are present. So indirectly, it's obtain its nutritions through connective tissue with the help of basement membrane. Clear? So epithelial tissues are avascular. Avascular means no blood supply, no direct blood supply. Clear? It's from the covering of body, means it's cover the free surface of our body. You can say skin or the lining of stomach, heart, etc. The mean the surface from where diffusion takes place. So it covers those surface. We can write here, these are avascular and form the covering body. Okay. Both externally and internally. Both externally and internally. Clear? Like it line the body cavity and gland. You can write here. It lines the body cavity and glands. Clear? Now they are arranged in two fashion. That is, they are compactly arranged by desmosome and cell junctions. Okay. So we can write here compactly arranged. Okay. By desmoderm and cell junctions. Three types of cell junctions are found here, that are gap junction, adhesive junction, and one more type, gap adhesion, and I forgot the last name, tight junction. Okay. Now, no intercellular space is present in epithelial tissue, right? So one more feature is no intercellular space. Clear? I hope this is clear. Now we should move to the classification of epithelial tissue. Epithelial tissues are classified into two groups, simple and stratified. Okay, so I am going to write here classification. Classification of epithelial tissue. So it is of two types. We can say simple, 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 and stratified epithelial tissue. Stratified epithelial tissue is also called compound epithelial tissue. Okay, so we can write here or compound epithelial tissue. I hope it is clear. Let's see the further classification of simple epithelial and compound epithelial. Based on cell, epithelial cell. Okay, this classification is I mean to say the classification of epithelial tissue into simple and stratified is based on the number of layers present in epithelial tissue. Means we can say in simple epithelial tissue only one layer of ET is present, and in stratified or compound epithelium more than one layers are present. Okay, so we can say multi-layer. Based on type of cells, these are further classified. I hope it is visible. Yeah, it is visible. So we can write here as so what are the first? Squamous epithelial tissue, cuboidal epithelial tissue, or columnar epithelial tissue. Okay, and the same types are present in stratified epithelial tissue. The basic difference is the presence of layer. Okay, one more thing is left. Yeah, function. So simple epithelium tissues main function is secretion and absorption. Okay, so what is its main function? Secretion and absorption. I am writing here secretion and absorption. And stratified's function is protection and give mechanical strength. Okay, mechanical strength by absorbing the stalks. Sort of absorption is also take place here, but main function is to protect. I hope it is clear. Now we should move further and study these squamous tissue, columnar tissue, and cuboidal tissue in detail. Okay. So I am going to give a comparative chart which makes you easy to understand and help in remember the facts we are going to discuss here. Okay. Okay. Now here we are going to discuss these simple squamous epithelium, simple cuboidal epithelium, and simple columnar epithelium. First of all, we see how they are, how they looks like. So simple squamous tissue is a flat polygonal cells. Okay, so they are made up of flat, FLAT, flat polygonal cells. These are like this. No intercellular space. Okay. This is flat circles. If we look it from lateral side, so it's look like almost like this. Below this is basement membrane. Okay. Now, cuboidal epithelium, as the name suggests, this look like somewhat like this, like cube. And nucleus is present at the center. And here again basement membrane. Okay. And when we talk about simple columnar tissue, these are look like column, like this. Okay. And the nucleus is situated near the basement or at the periphery. So this is the basic structure of these epithelium tissues. These are irregular in shape, and these are cuboidal in shape, as the name suggests, and these are columnar, column-like. Main function: absorption and secretion. Same, absorption and its protection. Here also absorption takes place when you need to absorb in large amount. Then at those side columnar epithelium tissues are present. So I think I must rub this and write absorption. Clear? And secretion. Secretion is also mentioned because it is a type of simple epithelium tissue. That's why secretion is also present. Now examples. So this is basically present at walls of blood vessels. If we see, these are blood vessels. So what we earlier studied, that simple squamous tissues, simple epithelial tissues are present at the covering. It's covered both internally and externally. So we can see here these kind of inside covering in blood vessel. Okay, here nucleus is present. Then basement membrane, and beneath of basement membrane is connective tissues. Okay, so like this. So wall of blood vessels, air space of lungs. Lungs may where alveoli is present. So it basically helps in diffusions of gases. Then basement membrane, we have blood vessels, then basement membrane, okay, and diffusion takes place from this to this. Clear? तो ये है alveoli. So we can write wall of blood vessel and walls of air space of lung. Air space of lungs. Beside this, abdomen capsules and loop of Helen. Where Brahman capsule is present? In our nephrida. Okay, Brahman capsule and loop of Helen. Okay, sorry, H-E-N-L-E-N, Helen. Clear? Now cuboidal tissues, these are present at ducts of gland. Ducts of gland. Because these absorb more than simple squamous tissues. So for absorption purposes, they are present at glands. Like this, these are glands. And here, these are present. Okay. Second, PCT and DCT of nephron. So you know how our nephrons look like? Brahman capsule. From here, ये PCT, then loop of Helen, then DCT. Okay, and here we have collecting duct. So cuboidal are present in here. यहाँ पे cuboidal tissues पाए जाते हैं. Clear? Now columnar. Lining of stomach and intestine. Lining of stomach and intestine. This is our stomach and this is our intestine, and cuboidal are present like this because it's also helping increasing the surface area. Clear? So this is all about simple epithelial tissues. Now we move further and discuss about stratified, or we can say compound epithelial tissue. In structure, these are almost same, but the main difference, or we can say key differentiation, is the presence of multi-layer of cells. So we can write here these are flat only, but the difference is cells are like this, irregular in shape. इनके नीचे की जो लेयर होती है, the layer present beneath of stratified squamous tissues is like this. So type of tissue is determined by uppermost layer of epithelial tissue. Clear? I should rub this and write stratified or compound. compound. Okay, I am writing only this compound, and this is compound epithelial tissue. Clear? And beneath this is the basement membrane. बाकी सब वैसे ही सेम होता है, बस नीचे मल्टी लेयर ऑफ सेल्स प्रेजेंट होती हैं जिनका शेप जो है वो डिफाइन नहीं है. ठीक है, कैसे भी सेल्स हैं. अब इनका काम क्योंकि प्रोटेक्शन है, एज these cells provide protection, so this must be strong, and that's why large number of cells are present. Okay, this is basement. So somewhat like this they look. Squamous, compound squamous epithelium is further divided on the basis of presence of carotenoid, carotene. I'm sorry, carotene, based on presence of carotene. So it is further classified into two types. Keratinizing squamous epithelium tissue, and this is non-keratinizing squamous epithelium tissue. तो ये कहाँ प्रेजेंट होती है? ये वहाँ प्रेजेंट होती है जहाँ पे हमारी बॉडी को वाटर से प्रोटेक्शन देना हो. वी कैन से दीज आर act as protecting covering or protecting sheet. So these are present in skin, ताकि अगर हम पानी के कांटेक्ट में जाते हैं तो हमारी बॉडी स्वेल ना कर जाए. ठीक है, तो कैरेटिनाइज मतलब कैराटीन प्रोटीन होती है जो प्रेजेंट होती है इसमें, और नॉन कैरेटिनाइज उस एरिया में होती है जहाँ पे हमें अपनी बॉडी में मॉइस्चर चाहिए रहता है. ठीक है, so buccal cavity, we can say buccal cavity, vagina, and what we call another wet surface. Okay, wet surface. तो जितनी भी वेट सरफेस है हमारी बॉडी में वहाँ नॉन कैराटिनाइजिंग स्क्वैमस एपिथेलियम प्रेजेंट होता है, और जितनी भी ड्राई सरफेस है वहाँ कैराटिनाइजिंग स्क्वैमस एपिथेलियम प्रेजेंट होता है. ओके, ड्राई सरफेस टू मेक सरफेस ड्राई. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. क्यूबॉइडल, ये प्रेजेंट होता है एट कंजक्टाइवा ऑफ आई. टाइवा ऑफ आई, ducts of sweat gland, and female urethra, जहाँ पे सरफेस एरिया इन्हें इंक्रीज करना रहता है. नाउ columnar epithelium is present at mammary gland. Parotid gland. Beside this, there are beside this classification, two more examples, or we can say two more types of epitheliums are present, which we call pseudoepithelium or transitional epithelium. These are modification of cuboidal and columnar epithelium tissue. So I am writing here pseudo stratified epithelium tissue, and here transitional epithelium. Okay. The main difference is this epithelium does not have basement membrane. So this is directly in the contact of connective tissue. Clear? And pseudo means false stratified epithelium tissue. Here it is a single layer modified columnar cells with two nuclei in two different parts. Okay. So we can write modified cells of columnar epithelium. Columnar epithelium tissue with two nuclei. Okay. So these look like somewhat like this. Sometimes microvilli, microtubules or cilia are also present. Okay. So where these are present? At nasal passage, and most of pharynx, trachea and bronchi. Most of pharynx, trachea and branchioles. Okay. Yeah. Then at male, urethra, and at males, urethra, epididymis and vasa differentia. Okay. Transitional epitheliums are, it does not rest upon basement membrane. कौन से stratified epithelium which does not rest upon basement membrane. Clear? कहाँ प्रेजेंट होता है? प्रेजेंट एट walls of urinary bladder. इसके अलावा भी सीलिया या फ्लैजिला के प्रेजेंस पे भी हम इन्हें रफली क्लासिफाई कर सकते हैं. उसमें क्या होता है कि एब्जॉर्प्शन के लिए एब्जॉर्प्शन एरिया को बढ़ाने के लिए सीलिया या माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं इन्हीं क्यूबॉइडल और कॉलमनर एपिथेलियम में. और उनके फंक्शन के बेसिस पे उनका नाम भी अलग अलग दे दिए जाते हैं. So we give different name based on their function. We will study about those types according to need. when we study further in digestive system and excretory system and respiratory system. So that point we are going to discuss all those things. Clear? So note, as I said कि उनके फंक्शन के बेसिस पे उनके नाम चेंज हो जाते हैं, इन्हीं बेसिक एपिथेलियम सेल्स के नेम चेंज हो जाते हैं. तो जैसे ब्रश बॉर्डर हो गया, BRUSH, ब्रश बॉर्डर एपिथेलियम टिश्यू हो गया. ठीक है, फिर उसके बाद ग्लैंडुलर हो गया. ग्लैंडुलर मतलब जो ग्लैंड्स में प्रेजेंट होते हैं. ठीक है, पोडोसाइट्स, पोडोसाइट ये भी एपिथेलियम्स है, नेफ्रॉन में पाए जाते हैं और इनका जो मेन फंक्शन होता है वो मूवमेंट का होता है. ठीक है, ऐसे ऐसे होते हैं. क्यूबॉइडल का ही ये मॉडिफाइड होते हैं, माइक्रोट्यूब्यूल्स प्रेजेंट रहते हैं. ठीक है, मूवमेंट्स में हेल्प करते हैं. और ऐसे ही और हैं जैसे टेस्लेटेड एपिथेलियम. तो अगर ब्रश बॉर्डर की बात करें तो ये कहाँ पाया जाता है? PCT में, नेफ्रॉन के DCT में. इसमें फ्लैजिला पाया जाता है, ये मूवमेंट को इंक्रीज करता है. ग्लैंडुलर ग्लैंड्स में पाया जाता है जैसे स्वीट ग्लैंड, एंडोक्लाइन और एंडोक्लाइन मीन्स एंडोक्राइन, डक्टलेस ग्लैंड जिसे हम कहते हैं, डक्टलेस, और एक्सोक्राइन. ओके, तो ये इनके फंक्शन के बेसिस पे हैं. जो मेन टाइप था वो वही था कि बेसिकली एपिथेलियल टिश्यू दो टाइप के होते हैं, सिंपल एंड कंपाउंड. सिंपल एंड कंपाउंड में भी कॉलमनर, क्यूबॉइडल, स्क्वैमस. कॉलमनर, क्यूबॉइडल, स्क्वैमस इन्हें हम फर्दर डिवाइड कर सकते हैं. प्रेजेंस ऑफ फ्लैजिला एंड cilia. Okay, so these are some basics. I hope you like this lecture. We will meet in next lecture. Till then, take care. Tada.